Hey everyone, I hope y'all are doing well on this lovely fall morning. Um, I I wanted to do a video post this week just to let y'all know some of the stuff that has been going on in my life, and just to share with y'all something funny that happened this week. Uh, so I've started homeschooling my kids, and some days have been awesome, and other days it's been really hard. Um, but right now, I would say the good days outnumber the rough days, and I'm grateful that we're doing that. And this is where God has us right now. But anyway, so part of our curriculum, the kids have to memorize scripture. Um, Anyways, this week we were remembering or memorizing Exodus 20:12. That says, "Honor your father and mother." Um, so that your days would be prolonged and that you may live long in the land that the Lord has for you. And it's so funny because as we're sitting here working on this scripture, I was getting so irritated because my kids were fighting, and they weren't even listening to me as I'm sitting there trying to teach the scripture to them and go through the memorization. They weren't even paying attention, and I started getting so irritated. And in the midst of me getting so irritated, I heard that still small voice, and God said, "Treat others the way you want to be treated." And so, as I was sitting there thinking about that, I thought, I'm getting so angry because they're not even listening. But then, am I treating my kids the way they want to be treated? Because I think about how many times that I'm not paying attention to them when they want my attention and they're trying to talk to me, and I don't take the time to listen. And then I started thinking about how many times that my kids just want me to look them in the eye, and I'm too distracted with something else, and I'm not treating them the way they want to be treated. But then it irritates me so much that they won't look me in the eye. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's just a lot of times when we think about treating others the way we want to be treated, we tend to think that it's just for the mean things and not these little things that maybe don't look so severe or so bad on the outside or from just a little glance, but how they're not loving. And one of the other things, especially about this scripture in Exodus about honor your parents, I started thinking about how am I honoring my kids? If I want them to honor me, am I honoring them? And I think sometimes we get a backwards perspective in thinking that honor is just for the older, or honor is just for adults. No, honor's for any of God's creation. And my kids, because of who they are and because that God made them, that there's this honor that should flow from my life that I should give to my kids as well. That if I want them to be honorable to me, I better be honorable to them as well. So anyways, I found myself laughing later, and just laughing just because of how harsh I was getting in the moment and how badly I wanted my kids to follow the rules there, and how much God was just trying to teach me. And anyways, I just want to encourage you that that today, this weekend, or whenever, that you would begin to think about, are you treating others the way you want to be treated? And I know that seems so elementary and not that grain of a concept, but honestly, sometimes those elementary, those small things are the things we got to go back to because we forget, and we end up jeopardizing our relationships, or we end up not getting the most out of life the way that God has planned for us. And so, just want to encourage you with that this week, and tell you all hi, and that I hope you're doing well, and y'all have a great weekend. Bye.